But this time it goes a little deeper. He was very critical of the fact that Caitlin Clark was not put on the Olympic team last year. Now, Mychal Thompson has never been shy about his Caitlin Clark fandom, nor is he during one of the things we're going to take a look at. He's Klay Thompson's father. He's also a two-time NBA champion, played for the Trailblazers and the Lakers. He's a big Caitlin Clark fan.
Have you ever seen a basketball legend get completely starstruck? Mychal Thompson, NBA champion who played alongside Magic Johnson, admitted he was blown away when meeting Caitlin Clark. This isn't just any compliment, it's validation from basketball royalty. Meanwhile, ESPN analyst Monica McNutt keeps suggesting Clark's fame isn't about her talent, but her race. Why is there such a disconnect between how legends see Clark and how some analysts talk about her?
But he's given them an acronym. You see it right there. NBA champion calls out Caitlin Clark, WNBA peer, jealousy with Jeep acronym. Well, he calls them out. Its popularity, which has led to jealousy and envy from league veterans who don't have nearly the same spotlight that the 23-year-old former Iowa Hawkeyes icon, these peers, these WNBA peers, these fellow players of Caitlin Clark, quote, they don't like Caitlin Clark. Wow.
Mychal Thompson just exposed what's really happening, and his explanation changes everything. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. You can tell that something special is taking on in the basketball world when an NBA champion who played with Magic Johnson says he's in awe of meeting a rookie.
But not only did he praise Caitlin Clark in this interview with Outkick, but he went a little further, and this time he crushed the haters.
How about that? My favorite basketball player outside of Klay was right there in front of me. There she was. And I said, no, I can't do it. But when I was in Indy, I didn't care about that. The only thing I remember about Indy is when I was leaving Cambridge Arena in a loading dock, Caitlin Clark walked right by me. And I froze. I didn't say hello to her.
However, not everyone seemed to value Caitlin Clark as a phenomenon. There is no greater contrast between those who see true talent and those who promote dubious notions. Fans were taken aback when Mychal Thompson, the two-time NBA champion and basketball veteran, candidly acknowledged that he was blown away by Clark. Just take a moment to consider that this is not your average basketball fan. This man has played basketball with some of the best players in history, including Magic Johnson. And now a rookie in the WNBA has him in awe. That says a lot. Although Clark's exceptional potential is acknowledged by basketball aristocracy, ESPN commentator Monica McNutt has consistently proposed something quite different. McNutt claims that Clark's appeal stems from her status as a white girl from the middle of America, not from her groundbreaking performances or innovative playing style. Consider limiting one of the best basketball players we've ever seen to their race and location alone. That's just what McNutt has been doing, dividing opinions on Clark's extraordinary achievement. Thompson's basketball background is what makes his evaluation so insightful. He is the father of four-time NBA champion Klay Thompson, in addition to being an NBA champion who competed at the top level. For decades, the man has been surrounded by basketball legends. True basketball aficionados pay attention when someone with his credentials speaks. However, McNutt's remarks are not one-offs. Rather, they are part of a concerning trend that minimizes Clark's accomplishments. McNutt repeatedly brings up Clark's past, rather than her incredible court vision, her breaking of the NCAA all-time scoring record, or her incredible deep three-pointers that leave fans gasping. Some observers are incapable of acknowledging that a player's popularity stems from their exceptional basketball skills.
Since she was a sophomore at Iowa, I recognized how different she was, how different she played the game. She played the game like Steph Curry. She needs a Jeep endorsement, a commercial, because Jeep is the acronym that I've come up with for the way she has been treated, JEEP, and it stands for jealousy, envy, egos, and pettiness. Mychal Thompson said.
In addition to defending Clark, Thompson used what he refers to as his Jeep theory to provide a surgically accurate diagnosis of the entire scenario. Thompson claims that the criticism of Clark is the result of jealousy, envy, egos, and pettiness. It stems from these 4 personal prejudices that skew objective analysis, not from real basketball issues. And to be honest, Thompson's theory makes perfect sense when you see how certain critics are going to go to such lengths to justify Clark's influence. Do you need evidence that Clark's success stems from her real-life basketball prowess? You only need to consult the television schedules. Next season, an unprecedented 41 Indiana Fever games will be broadcast nationally. TV networks focus their multi-million-dollar choices on viewership figures rather than a player's background. And since they want to watch greatness on the court, spectators are paying attention. It's that easy. Thompson's direct comparison of Clark's game to Steph Curry's is very telling. I recognized how different she was, how different she played the game. She played the game like Steph Curry, said Thompson.
When I was in Indy, I didn't care about that. The only thing I remember about Indy is when I was leaving Cambridge Arena in a loading dock, Caitlin Clark walked right by me, and I froze. I didn't say hello to her.
Since she was a sophomore at Iowa, I recognized how different she was, how different she played the game. She played the game like Steph Curry.
Curry's shooting range and court vision transformed basketball, so this comparison isn't just any comparison. By making this comparison, Thompson is recognizing that Clark is more than just a skilled player. Like Curry did for men's basketball, she is revolutionizing women's basketball. Clark's brazen confidence to pull up from anywhere, his no-look passes that thread impossible needles, and his basketball IQ, which at times appears almost superhuman, are all evident when he plays. These attributes come from a rare innate skill and thousands of hours of focused work, not from being from a given region or having a certain appearance. Mychal Thompson isn't going overboard when he confesses to being enamored with Clark. He is acknowledging a once-in-a-generation talent that is permanently altering the landscape of women's basketball. And that's precisely why his viewpoint is so important in this continuing discussion. There is no more obvious contrast. While some analysts refuse to see what is directly in front of them, basketball aristocracy recognizes Clark's genius. If someone who has been in the game for decades, played alongside Magic Johnson, and witnessed his son become a basketball hero says a player is unique, maybe it's time to pay attention to them rather than looking for other reasons. With luminaries like Mychal Thompson on your side, you know you're doing something right in the ongoing struggle for Caitlin Clark's legacy. Something really unique is developing in Indiana, according to Thompson. With Clark at its center, he thinks the Fever are creating something that might eventually become a dynasty. Why not? Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hull, Kelsey Mitchell, and more youthful talent surround her, along with seasoned players Sydney Coulson and Dana Bonner. There is more than one superstar at play here. It's about building an entire squad around a generational talent. Championship banners last forever, but the critics will never stop talking.